Well, the draft is upon us, and I don't know how to feel about this year's draft. I don't know if I want the Cowboys to trade back, or if I want them to stay right there and pick, or if I want them to call the Browns and just say, "Hey, just give me Myles Garrett. You should have both these picks in the first round."
Yeah, ain't no chance of hell on that. But you got to come up with way more of them 2 Mickey Mouse picks. You got to get Myles Garrett.
Come on,
that's
come on,
that's the best.
Come on, Cleveland. Answer the phone, Cleveland.
I don't there's one opportunity where Cleveland will hang up the phone quickly if you say that. You got a better chance of getting the owner, trading for the owner, trading for a player. But yeah, the draft is.
Answer the phone, Cleveland.
Yeah, no, the answer. The draft is 2 days away. This coming Thursday, man. In Pittsburgh. We got a little bit of news. When they proclaimed to the draft. The Dallas Cowboys will be well represented as the first time the Cowboys will have 2 Cowboy legends announcing picks. The first 2 picks in the Cowboys draft. That one is, we know, Drew Pearson. And the other one is Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett and Drew Pearson will be announcing the Cowboys' first 2 picks wherever they may be.
Troy and Michael and Emmett was busy, huh?
Yeah, man, they ain't got time for that. They ain't got time for that, man. They don't need the money. But anyway,
he does. He don't do nothing unless he's getting paid.
But anyway, yeah. Tony Dorsett and Drew Pearson will be announcing the Cowboys' first 2 picks wherever they may be. They will be announcing the first 2 picks for the Dallas Cowboys on this upcoming draft. All right, man. Cowboys have 2 draft picks in the first round. They have 8 overall. As we know, the Cowboys have the number 12 and number 20 if pick. They also have the number 92 pick, which would be, I think that's in the third. The number 112th, the number 152nd, the number 177th, the number 180, and the last pick will be 218. So 8 picks in total for the Dallas Cowboys in this draft. Their primary needs are linebacker, edge rusher, cornerback, and safety, not necessarily in that order, but those are the prominent. They're going to be defensive heavy on this, but there might be a chance for an offensive player if things break wrong for them or break right, depending on what it may be. Also, Walt, the rest of the division also is going to be doing a lot of drafting. This one starting with the New York Football Giants, as they also have, because of their recent trade, they have 2 picks in the first round. They have number 5, number 10, number 37, number 105, number 145, number 186, and number 192nd and 193rd. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks also. The Washington Commanders have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks in this draft. They have the number 7 pick. They have the number 71st pick. They also have the number 147th pick. They have the number 187th pick. They have the number 209th pick. And they have the number 223rd pick. The reigning 2-time defending NFC East champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also 8 picks in this upcoming draft. They have the number 23rd, the number 54, the number 68, the number 98, the number 114th, the number 137th, the number 178th, and the number 197th. So that is the division as right now, the draft order and the number of picks each team in the division have. Walt, anything you want to
add? No, I just realized that we don't have a pick on day 2.
Have a pick, yeah. Next pick is round 3. Round 3, number 92nd. So, like I said before, I'm gonna read it again for the Cowboys. They have number 12, number 20, number 92nd, which is the 3rd round pick, number 112, number 152nd, number 177th, number 180th, and number 218th. So that's 8 picks in total for the Dallas Cowboys in this upcoming draft. Yeah, man. Can't wait to see what the Cowboys do. Like we said, Cowboys can go a lot of different directions. There have been talks about them trading up. There have been talks about them trading down. And there have been talks what I think they're going to do. They're going to stay right where they are and pick right where they at number 12 and number 20. I think they got a better chance of trading out of the number 20th pick down more than I think they got a chance of trading up or anything. Yeah. But yeah, man. We got a list of guys. Right quick, Walt, if I may. I want to list off.
Chicken says, I heard the Cowboys worked out the receiver and tight end from Vanderbilt. They're also interested in the receiver, tight end. I'm sorry. They're also interested in a linebacker from Texas Tech.
Yeah. They're also interested in him. I don't know too much. Yeah, he had a great year. You know, he was in the Heisman talks, but I think that was more a system thing. I mean, I'm kind of hesitant on getting another stiff linebacker. We've had a few that did a lot of tackling, and then you see them. Those the same linebackers got those neck braces. I'm not trying to get another linebacker with another neck brace. We haven't fared well with those guys in the past, but to each his own. As I'm looking right here, as I can pull this up, please. All right, here we go. Mel Kiper Jr.'s his big board right here.
Oh, Mel Kiper.
As we can look right here, his big board as he have. Let me pull that up. Okay, here we go right here. Mel Kiper's big board. As he has Fernando Mendoza, his number 1 guy, the quarterback out of Indiana. He also has his number 2 guy, Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame. His number 3, a guy the Cowboys would love to have, but I don't think they got enough draft capital to get that done. Arvell Reese, edge, and linebacker out of Ohio State. A guy the Cowboys have been linked to as far as trading up. It really up from using the both of their picks. That's Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State. Man, the Cowboys really do need a linebacker. He will be a great addition, but it's going to be a heavy cost. Another guy, Texas Tech guy, not the guy who was talking about a linebacker, but an edge rusher. The Cowboys would love to have, but I think he'd be out of their price range. David Bailey, who's really wasn't high going into the draft, but his workouts just shot him up in the draft. Edge rush out of Texas Tech. Then we got Caleb Downs, his number 6 guy. Safety.
The most popular pick out of
Ohio State. Yeah, he's been linked to the Cowboys a lot over the last month. We also got a guy, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State, number 7. Cornell Tate, number 8, wide receiver out of Ohio State. I think Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State, Cornell Tate out of Ohio State. Then we got Francis Mulaga, offensive tackle out of Miami. Then number 10, Emil Copper Spencer Fanu, offensive tackle out of Utah. 11, Micaiah Lemon, wide receiver out of USC. 12, Olavega Lowen, guard out of Penn State. 13, Monroe Freeland, offensive tackle out of Georgia. 14, another guy the Cowboys been linked to over the last month, Mansour Delane, cornerback out of LSU. Number 15, Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. There's another guy the Cowboys been linked to, Ruben Bain Jr. He's the number 16 guy on Mel Kiper's, edge rush out of Miami. 17, Caden Proctor, offensive tackle out of Alabama. 18, a guy who the Cowboys have been linked to right here with their first pick, Dylan Thiemann, safety out of Oregon. Number 19, Max Ikandor, offensive tackle out of Arizona State. Number 20, Blake Miller, offensive tackle out of Clemson. 21, Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington. 22, Zion Young, edge rush out of Missouri. Number 23, another guy the Cowboys been linked to, Akeem Mesdor, edge rusher out of Miami. Number 24, quarterback Ty Simpson, out of Alabama. Number 25, offensive tackle out of Utah, Caleb Lumu. Let's see what we got here. And then we got some others. Another guy the Cowboys been linked to, Keldrick Funk, edge rusher out of Auburn. Jadarian Price, number 27, running back out of Notre Dame. C.J. Allen, linebacker out of Georgia. Jeremiah McCoy, he's 29 on Mel Kiper's list, cornerback out of Tennessee. Number 30, Malachi Lawrence, edge rush out of UCF. 31st, Chris Johnson, cornerback out of San Diego State. 32nd, Peter Woods, defensive tackle out of Clemson. 33rd, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety out of Toledo. Number 34, another Emmanuel Pigron, guard out of Oregon. Number 35, Omar Cooper Jr., out of a wide receiver out of Indiana. And we'll just end it off there. 36, R. Mason Thomas, edge rush out of Oklahoma. We'll go up to 40. 37, Caden McDonald, defensive tackle out of Ohio State. Here's the guy you was talking about, Walt. Jacob Rodriguez, he's number 38 on the board. Linebacker out of Texas Tech. 39, Christian Miller, defensive tackle out of Georgia. And number 40, Zachariah Branch, wide receiver out of Georgia. And Walt, that was the top 40 on Mel Kiper's list. What Chicken was talking about. Jacob Rodriguez, 38th on Mel Kiper's list, linebacker out of Texas Tech. That's the one he was talking about. Not too sure on him. I think he was kind of undersized. Made a lot of plays, but I think he may be a guy get caught up in the wash if he's got to play middle linebacker.
All right, let's take a look at some video here of some of the key players who we think the Cowboys could be taking here at number what's it, 12-21 or
12
12 and
and
20?
12 and 20. And if you're starting
12 and
for
20.
if you're starting at some guys, I got before you get there, I got a list right here, guys. I got a categories. I got them broken down in threes before you get started. And it's TK's Cowboys categories, guys. And
Oh God.
the first category is only Jerry was living right. If these guys would have fallen in his lap, only if he was living right, which we know he's not living right. So these are just pipe dreams right here. One is Arvell Reese, edge rush out of Ohio State. I think he'll be gone in the top two. Sonny Styles, another guy. The Cowboys have to do a lot of draft capital to get that guy linebacker at Ohio State. David Bailey, edge rush out of Texas Tech. He's third on my list. Caleb Downs, fourth. Safety out of Ohio State. I do have two wide receivers here. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver of Arizona State, big time wide receiver. Don't know what the Cowboys are going to do with their wide receiver that they have now. There'll be some problems on the horizon, but if this guy falls into their lap, hey, you can't have enough offense for me. And Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State. Number two category. Number two, if things break right, if things absolutely break right, where guys start to slip and fall, these are the three guys that may slip and fall to where you may not have to make a trade anywhere, or you can just make a light trade and may move up a pick up or two. One of those guys is Mansour Delane, cornerback out of LSU. You've been hearing a lot of that guy. Reuben Bain Jr., edge rusher out of Miami. You've been hearing a lot of that guy. And another receiver, Micaiah Lemon, wide receiver out of USC. And then I got my third category, probably where the Cowboys are at. These are the guys who they may be taking at 12 and 20. On my number one on my list is Dylan Thiemann, safety out of Oregon. Yes, he is white. So just get that out the way. So if anybody gets upset to my man, he's white. Yeah. The Cowboys have picked a lot of white guys in the first round, so don't get too perplexed about it. They do that. Number two, Zion Young, the edge rusher out of Missouri. Number three, Akeem Mesdor, edge rusher out of Miami. Number four in that category, Keldrick Falk. He's been linked to the Cowboys by Dane Brugler a lot over the past week. Edge rusher out of Auburn. Jordan Prince, a running back out of Notre Dame. He's five on that category. Number six in this category, CJ Allen, linebacker out of Georgia. He's probably be there around the 20s. Number seven, Jermard McCoy. I'm scared that the Cowboys may reach on this guy. He's 29 on Mel Kiper's list. He's number 7 in my category. I'm scared that the Cowboys may reach at 12 to get this guy, or he'll be there around the 20th. Number 8 on this category, Malachi Lawrence, edge rusher out of UCF. And number 9, Chris Johnson, cornerback out of San Diego State. He's number 31 on Mel Kiper's big board. Well, that's the categories I have. Only if Jerry was living right. There's 8 guys in that category. Number 2, if things break right.
Now, where do these categories come from? As far as if Jerry was living right, where does this this coming from now?
Well, we know we know what Jerry's been involved in over the past few years. So that's it. These are pipe dreams. Only if he was living right. Only if he done things right. That maybe the football guys may have blessed him with an opportunity to get one of these 8 individuals, but I seriously doubt it. And like I said, number 2, if things break right, that means if got these 3 guys fall into their lap, or they may have to trade just one spot to get them if they really want them. And the number 3, probably these will be the guys that the Cowboys most likely would pick, either at 12 or 20. There's about 9 guys on this list right here, from Dylan Thiemann to Chris Johnson from San Diego State. So, Walt, back to you.
I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't.
I'm just breaking it down.
You've made a category legally. If Jerry was living right, my lord.
If Jerry was only living right. Sometimes you gotta be living right for good things to happen to you. If you ain't living right, sometimes good things don't happen to you. Oh man!
All right, well, let's take a look at here. What we got here?
All right, what do you want to start off with? And this guy is this Arvell Reese?
Yes.
It's Arvell Reese. Okay, Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese, edge rusher, linebacker at Ohio State. 6'4", 241 pounds. His stats last season was 69 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 6.5 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 9 run stops, 2 pass breakups. This is a complete football player. Reese jumps off the Ohio State tape, playing the game like a veteran. I see natural instincts at the linebacker position that allow him to make most plays guys just can't make. And he has a burst to get home when turned loose as a pass rusher. Reese has a big riser in this class and brings a ton of potential to the table. People have been comparing this guy to Michael Parsons just without the headache. A linebacker.
Whoa, that's heavy.
A linebacker that can rush the passer. They also can play in coverage, but also you can put his foot in the ground and just go get him. He's athletic. He's gonna be when he's out there, he's gonna be the best athlete on the football field, or one of the best athletes out there playing football, whether it's offense or defense. Like I said, he jumps off the page. His athleticism jumps off the page. He can play inside, outside. He can cover tight ends. Hell, he can cover slot receivers. And like I say, he can put his hand in the dirt, and get after it.
Of course, and you know Jerry loves hand in the dirt guys.
Your hand in the dirt. Put your hand in the dirt. Go get the quarterback. And listen, we know the most important position in football are the quarterback, the offensive tackle, and the edge rusher. Because you got to be able to throw it, you got to be able to block it, and if you're on the defensive side, you got to be able to get to the guy and get through the guy that's blocking and trying to throw it. So, and you see it right there.
Here's the thing. He's projected to go top 5. He could drop to number 6. Like I said, we need Cleveland to answer the phone when we call him.
Unfortunately, in my opinion, I don't think he get past. I don't think he get past number 2.
Number 2.
I think after Mendoza, he's the best available player. I know Mel Kiper has Jeremiah Love as his second best player in the big board. I'm just saying this. I don't think the Jets pass on him. I don't think the Jets pass. I think they see this guy at number 2. I think the Jets are on the phone. Now they could take David Bailey, edge rusher. But I don't think they pass on him. If they don't, I don't think the Cardinals pass on him. I think he's even going to the Jets or to the Cardinals at 2 or 3. For the Cowboys to get up any chance, they're going to have to empty the chest if they got enough. And that's to get up to the 2nd or 3rd pick if they want any chance to get a guy like this.
Just answer the phone, Cleveland. Either give us the move up or give us Myles Garrett, whichever one. Just answer the phone.
Yeah, you got a better chance to trading all the way up there to the number 1 pick and get Mendoza before you get Myles Garrett. But
I'm sorry. I mean, I know I'm crazy. Who is the number 1 pick?
I
ain't heard no number 1 pick hype at all for whoever's number 1.
The number one pick is going to be Fernando Mendoza, quarterback out of Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah. Won the national championship. Had a great season. Came from I think he was a transfer from Oregon State, somewhere over there in the pack. I don't know if it's Oregon State or Washington State, somewhere, but he transferred from over there. Went to Indiana. Had a tremendous season. Won the national championship. Was the best player. Won the Heisman. And the Vegas Raiders will be taking him number 1. It's pretty much guaranteed lock. He's going to Vegas to play for the Raiders now. Whatever happens,
didn't they draft Kim? I mean, didn't they sign Kim Folk Cousins?
but we know how that goes. We know how that goes. They signed him to be basically the guy to play until the next guy gets ready, like it was in Atlanta. We know ain't no long history for him there. They're going to take Fernando Mendoza. It's pretty much a lock, but the draft starts at number 2. And like I said, this guy right here, Arvell Reese, man, that's a dream player for anybody's defense. Projecting the Mel Kiper to go number 3 to the Arizona Cardinals right there. That's a big time pick. All right, Walt, who we got next?
Who we got up next?
And this is a moment where you're going to watch the edge rushers.
Texas Tech.
Okay, Texas Tech. Okay, this is David Bailey. Out of Texas Tech. Okay, Texas Tech. Yeah, David Bailey. David Bailey, edge rusher out of Texas, 6'4", 251. A little bit on the light side as far as a pass rusher. As far as a straight pass rusher. He's got linebacker size, but he puts his hand in the dirt. His stats.
Oh, another hand in the dirt. That seems to be a theme around here. Hand in the dirt, guy.
Yeah. His stats last season: 76 tackles, 23 tackles for loss. He had 14.5 sacks, Walt. 71 pressures, 8 run stops, 3 forced fumbles, and 4 pass breakups. So he was productive. Here's a transfer from Stanford. Bailey gets after the quarterback. He had 14.5 sacks over 3 seasons with the Cardinals. He matched that total last season, notably becoming more of a finisher. His 20%, 20.2%.
Hey, so let me ask you, what if this guy's there and Arvell is there? Do you still get on the phone and call?
Let's play devil's advocate. If let's say both of those guys fall to 5, it's the number 5 pick. It's the number 6 pick, and both of those guys are there because I got a feeling one of those guys both of those guys got the Giants taking one of them. It's just a Giant thing to do. But let's just play devil's advocate and say both of those guys are there. The guy who I'm getting on the phone, and the Cowboys get a deal done with Cleveland at 6. And both of those guys are there. The guy who I would want is Arvell Reese. I like David Bailey, but Reese has been doing this for the last 2.5 seasons. This is last season. This has kind of been his Bailey's coming out party. Like I say, he was at Stanford. He really didn't do much, and I think it was more of the system that Bailey played in. Now he's got to play it, but I think it was more the system he played in at Texas Tech than it actually was his production. Now he had to get it done. He had a great camp in Indianapolis. But I think it's more the production. I think the better player is Reese. But listen, the Cowboys, if he was there, the Cowboys should most definitely trade up and try to get him and see what happens. Like I said, I'm gonna keep reading what I got. What else I got over here with him, Walt? His 20.2% pressure rate was the best in the nation in last season, despite being lower than it was in 2024, 22.2, and 23 and 2023, 22.1. He's impressed at the combine. Like they had a great combine with a 4.5 second, a 4.5 in the 40 yard dash, and you can see that speed on tape. Bailey displays a variety of ways to get to the quarterback, including an effective spin move and a good bull rush. So, like, despite his size, he can't get to the quarterback. He's kind of, like I say, he's undersized for edge rusher size, a normal edge rusher. So we hope he can put on weight. You know, you see tape right there. He can play standing up, but he can also put his hand in the dirt. There's that thing to get hand in the dirt. But he also can stand up and get after the quarterback. But like I said, my only thing with him, was it the system last season or was it him? because when he was at Stanford, Walt, the 2 years before he was at Stanford, we didn't see this production, but he had production. He had a big time season. Right. This past season, also he had a great combine, and that boosted his stock.
And the reason for that being is because he's playing for a winner. He's playing for a coach. He's playing for a coach that brings this type of stuff out of guys. I'm very familiar with his work over at Cedar Hill High School. Coach Joey McGuire. Coach McGuire is a leader, man. This is what he gets out of his player. He gets the best out of his players. Is what he does. That is why he is a 3-time high school winning champion, back-to-back high school state championship. This is what my guy does, Joey McGuire. I mean, give him hats off.
Yeah, man. You know what? Only guy that I know, the McGuire, is the guy sold me a car one time and the engine fell out of it. But
that's not Joey McGuire. That's not my coach.
His last name was McGuire. but hey, listen. Like I said, if he was there and it's a chance to get him, go ahead and get him, man. What you see on tape this past season, he gets to the football. He's an athlete. He can put his hand in the dirt. He can also rush the passer standing up. He goes get the quarterback. 14.5 sacks. Last season is what he was. 14.5 sacks. Now, this game, national championship semifinal game against Oregon wasn't his best light. He got kind of lost up in the wash. He got kind of pushed around against Oregon. So you got to see if he gets locked up on these big offensive linemen. Can he get off of that? Can he get clean? Can he break away? Can he be effective when he's facing bigger offensive linemen, tougher competition? But listen, he's a hell of an athlete. He'll be a great pick for whoever picks him up on Thursday. All right, Walt, what we got, Nick?
Oh, did I ever click on this one?
Oh no, we just got to watching David Bailey. Yeah, we just got through doing here.
That was that one. All right, let me remove that one. All right.
Well, whilst doing that, quick update. If anybody wants to know NBA, now we're back. We're back, right? Okay. All right, who is this?
LSU.
Oh, LSU. Okay, that could be
Mansour Delane.
Mansour Delane. He's in my category. If things break right, if he's sitting there, the Cowboys probably would draft him.
He's the interception guy.
He's the number one corner in the draft. Or if I could see him sitting at 10, the Cowboys make 10 or 11 or 9. The Cowboys could trade up a few spots to go get him if they really want him. Let me read up on Mansour Delane. Let me read up on him right quick.
Well, the Cowboys need help in the secondary, especially at corner.
No lies there.
And he could be a day one starter.
Yeah, no lies there because they don't have any. The secondary is the issue. He's 6 foot, 187 pounds, cornerback out of LSU. Stats last season over 11 games. He had 35 tackles, 11 pass breakups.
Chicken says he's a great ball hawk.
2 INTs. Mel Kiper has a read up on him of this. He said, I'm very impressed with his instincts and savviness Delane shows in coverage. He is a true technician, demonstrated excellent ball skills with 27 pass breakups and 8 interceptions over his 4-year career. He excels in both man and zone coverage, and his 3.3 yards allowed per attempt on throws in his direction was 4th in the nation in 2025, and 4th in the nation last season. So yeah, man, hey, that means right there when you see that he don't give up many big plays. And the thing that he excels both in man and zone coverage is big because you want in today's NFL, yeah, you want to be able to play man, but you got to be able to play zone also. You got to be able to play your guy and play in space and that's what he have good instincts right there. And we see it right there with him. Like I said, you can't say 11 pass breakups last season. And 2 NTs, 27 pass breakups, 8 interceptions over his 4-year career. The question when you got any corners, that's pretty good right there. Can he tackle? Can he tackle in space? When a running back gets to the edge, will he be willing to stick his nose in there? We had a cornerback who's not here no more that wouldn't stick his nose in there many times, and when he did, he got hurt. He got hurt. So it's especially in our new DC system.
TV concussion guy?
Yeah, especially in our new DC system. You gotta be he's coming over from the Eagles. You got your secondaries gotta be able to come up and make tackles. You see that good eye right there, instincts right there. Getting the eye and
tell you what, Jerry Jones is an interception guy. So if you can get interceptions, my guy Jerry loves you.
Yeah, listen. We always talk about you gotta be able to make cornerbacks gotta be able to make plays. You gotta be able to ball hawk. You gotta be able to make impactful plays. I don't like cornerbacks who just backpedal and just let receivers just take 2 10-yard easy routes. Don't try to go after footballs. I believe every corner, when the ball's in there, you gotta have a right. A cornerback gotta have, a right to the football, just like the receiver is. And if you got that kind of cornerback, he's got a chance to give up plays if you think like that, but he's gonna have a chance to even make big plays on the defensive end. But what I'm saying is right now, he's in the category if things break right. I'm gonna say it again. If he's sitting there at 12, if guys fall or guys get drafted up that you don't think, he falls to 12, Cowboys should take him. They need a cornerback. They need cornerbacks in the worst way. They need secondary in the worst way. They need defense on all 3 levels. So if you can get a guy like this, he's the best cornerback in the draft, go ahead and take him. Mansour Delane, cornerback out of LSU. Shams, that's your people.
Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board with this move. I think we need a cornerback. We need a guy who can put points on the board. Then this also gives you, if you can draft him, this gives you a chance to get off DeRon Bland too.
Yeah, like I said, you got 2. You had 2 corners making a lot of money, getting injured a lot. So got a chance you to get off some money, and start anew, with just a new number 1 corner. And that's when he drafted. That's when he be coming in to be eventually the number 1 corner. All right, Walt, who we got up next?
Oh,
all right. Okay, this is another. If things break right, if he's sitting there at 12, or if he's there, you see the athleticism of this guy. If he's there, and you want to take a defensive edge rusher, Ruben Bain Jr., edge rusher out of Miami, went all the way to the national championship game. Mean guy. Don't say a lot. He just want to kill people. Let's get the read up on Ruben Bain Jr. right quick. 6'2", 263 pounds. Only thing about him, he has short arms. Don't have a big wingspan on him, but he may be the most powerful defensive edge rusher, maybe the most powerful pass rusher in the draft.
Do y'all really have any faith in the Cowboys this coming season? I don't. I always have faith in my Cowboys.
Let's face it, they've not made the playoffs the last 2 years. We'll see. We'll see. But getting back to Ruben Bain. But getting back to Ruben Bain.
I mean, you got a Cowboy hat on, but you're doing some hating right now.
I'm not doing any hating. That's the truth. They did not make the playoffs the last 2 seasons. So I'm not. Tell me one speaking lies. Oh, you gonna put your hat on? Put your hat on. All right. Yeah. Let's get to. It's gotta be bad. And Walt put the hat on. Walt put the hat on. You know it's gotta be some. It's gotta be bad for the Cowboys. Ruben Bain Jr., edge rusher out of Miami. Only thing about it, he has a short wingspan, got short arms, but he's very powerful. Let's read his stats over his 16-game season last season. 70 tackles, 18.5 tackles for loss, 9.5 tackles, 9.5 sacks, 71 pressures, 9 run stops, and 1 forced fumble, and like you saw on that tip pass, 1 INT. Bain is powerful and has really strong hands. He routinely gets the best of some of the very, very best offensive tackles this season, often with his dominant rip, and he knows every trick in the book and getting home to the QB. Bain also shows speed and bends off the edge, and he takes good angles. Plus, he can hold the edge against the run. We always talk about that run defense off the edge, and gets off blocks to change down ball carriers. His tape is just filled with disruption, but even with all those age-level traits, it's actually Bain's hustle that really stands out to me. He never takes a play off and fires at the ball on every play. His arms are much shorter. Now, I said it than most scouts would prefer at 30 and 7/8 inches, and teams will have to be comfortable with that. But opponents have to account for him in their game plans, and he can.
I don't like him. The arm shortage kind of scares me with this guy. Short arms.
Keeps them guessing inside and outside. Listen, if he's there at 12, take him. Because like I said before,
I'll take him at 21 if he's there.
If he's there at 12, take him. Because I'm gonna say this right now. I think Chicken will agree, but he may be the most powerful edge rusher in the draft. In fact, I don't think he is the most powerful pass rusher in the draft. I saw him was, especially in his Texas A&M game, he literally was lifting dudes off the ground, a la Reggie White. That rip move, just lifting offensive linemen off the ground, up and off the ground, and get to the quarterback. Like I said, I saw him in those playoff games against Ohio State. He's a disruptor. He's mean as all hell. You like the defensive line with attitude and mean. And like I said, I just read it. Walt, one thing about it, Mel Kiper said it. He don't take plays off, Walt. He's relentless. He don't take plays off. He's up and at it every play. He gives it to the offensive lineman. He's relentless. That's why I like him. And if he's at 12, in my opinion, if nobody else is there, he's sitting there at 12, take him, because he won't be there at 20. He won't be there at 20. He may be there at 12, but he won't be there at 20. I think my guy Chicken will agree with me. I like him. I like him. Now you said Mansour's the guy who you like. This is the guy who I like, because I watched a lot of Miami games this year because they was on TV a lot because they was winning. You see right there? Look at that. He went through the offensive lineman and to the ball carrier. This game right, look, I mean, he just destroying offense. This is Ohio State. This is the offensive line. I think they got at least about 3 offensive linemen in the first 2 rounds. He was going through them like it was nothing. You see this play right here. Just relentless. Getting off block with the rip move. He's got moves today. Like I said, the arm length is an issue. But the strength, I think, makes up for it. We see him chasing down guys, showing the athleticism. Just a big time player. You see that was the national championship game against Indiana. He was a disruptor right there. I like him. I think if it was me, if Mansour and Ruben Bain Jr. was there, I'm taking it. I'm taking
powerful pass rusher. Dude is disruptive. I saw him throwing offensive linemen backwards.
Yeah, me and Chicken trying to tell you. And that if you saw that, Walt, if you saw that Texas A&M playoff game, he was literally lifting dudes up off the ground and get to the quarterback. This dude is strong. I mean, this dude is man strong. He's bull rush. He's getting to the quarterback. That's what, if it was me, if he's sitting there at 12, I couldn't get that card there fast enough. And that's over Mansour. That's over Mansour. I couldn't get that card fast enough because you need a guy like this. You need to get to the quarterback. I don't think the Cowboys have anybody to get to the quarterback. I really don't. I think they got good defensive tackles and Quentin and Kenny, but then we need guys coming off that edge that can get to the quarterback. And I think he'll be right there at 12. If this guy's there, if I'm doing the picking, you couldn't get the card up there fast enough for me to take him. The last time the Cowboys took a defensive lineman out of Miami was Russell Maryland with the #1 pick. He had short arms, and he had one hell of a career with the Cowboys. He had one hell of a career with the Cowboys, and he was taking #1 overall. So short arm defensive linemen out of Miami have worked out for the Cowboys. Worked out for them with Russell Maryland. Just saying. I'm just saying.
On the side note, I noticed today that Kenny Clark is going to be wearing Osa's jersey now. We might need you to investigate, Kendrick, if Kenny Clark sabotaged Osa to get his jersey number. If he got him up out of here just so he can get his jersey number. Might need you to investigate that. Seems kind of fishy. Osa's body's not even cold, and this guy here is just picking the bones and like, yeah, give me 94. I'm sorry, 97. I'll take it.
Kenny Clark didn't like 95. He like 97. Hold on.
Yeah.
Portland. Hold on. Update. Portland is leading 104 to 101. If anybody
Yeah,
wants
that's
the
because
game,
Wimby fell on his face and apparently has a concussion.
Has a concussion in this game. If you saw before Philadelphia won their game against Boston, that's tied up. Portland's trying to tie up. I think the Rangers I think have won their game. So Drummer in San Antonio.
Man, here
we'll
we
keep
go,
you
World Series.
We'll keep
Look
you
out,
updated
guys.
on that one right there. But well, you got it. Let's move on. We did Ruben Bain. We got any more?
Oh.
So we did Arvell Reese. We did David Bailey. We did Mansour Rubin.
Makes a nice catch.
They got 20. Pass
Hey, Walt,
again.
Do we got any tape on Sonny Styles?
I believe we do.
All right, can we get the Sonny Styles? Is that? Are we gonna do Caleb Downs? Is this Caleb Downs tape?
It's Caleb Downs right here, I believe.
Okay, Caleb Downs tape. He's number
Most talked
6.
about pick.
He's number 6 on the big board. He's number 4 on my if Jerry was living right list right here. Safety out of Ohio State. Caleb Downs.
Oh, don't show highlights of that game. That's when the referees had an agenda against the Texas Longhorns. Let's not talk about that game, guys.
Really, that's what you gonna do? That's what
Yeah, then this is the game they beat up on Polo Grambling.
Yeah.
Little Podunk Grambling State.
Hey, Grambling got paid. All right, let's get the read up. They got paid. That's all they can say.
They beat up on little HBCUs, man. Come on, man. That's not fair.
All right, Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. He's 6 foot, 206 pounds. Stats over 14 games last season: 67 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 INTs, 1 sack, 6 run stops. Downs, the brother of NFL wide receiver Josh Downs, and the son of former NFL running back Gary Downs. It's basically so he's got some pedigree. It's basically an extension of a defensive coordinator. His football knowledge shows in his plays. It's obvious when you see him, when you watch him in the Ohio State defense. But what really impressed me is how well he picked up a Nick Saban system in 2003 as a freshman when he played at Alabama before transferring. He diagnosed plays quickly thanks to an excellent pre-snap instincts, and that allows him to play faster than his straight line speed might suggest. Plus, Downs is a solid in coverage, and he's a very reliable open field tackler. Well, the reason why the Cowboys been linked to this is because we saw the back end. We saw the back end of the Cowboys defense last season. Hell, we saw the back end of the Cowboys defense the last 2 seasons, and it looks like a back end. It was very booty.
So let me ask you this: Cowboys are going to a zone, right?
Yeah.
How does this guy fit in with the zone?
He can put guys in a position. He can read coverage. He can read what coverage. He can put guys in the coverage they're supposed to be in. Like you said, like I just read up, he can put guys in his place. So you remember last season? Well, I'm gonna put it this way: You remember last season when the Cowboys played zone? How they were so confused where they were blowing coverage. With this guy, that won't happen. But he's gonna because if he's back there, he's gonna have all the corners, all the linebackers in their proper place before the pre-snap happens. And I'm gonna compare this guy to something. He's not the athlete that this guy was, but he's got a lot of Palomalo in him. And you remember Palomalo wasn't the best athlete, but he just knew how to play. And he was always in the right place at the right time. He knew how to dissect what the offense was running before they ran it. He was an elite tackler. This guy has the same type of strengths. He's very intelligent. Well, like we said, he played Nick Saban's defense. And if you're playing in Nick Saban's defense, you got to know what the hell you doing back there, because you, especially as a freshman, before you transfer to Ohio State, you want to see the field. And the fact that he was starting as a freshman at Alabama under Nick Saban lets me know a lot about this guy's intelligence. But when he was at Ohio State, he took it to another level. And you see right there, he just got great instincts. He's a great blitzer as a cornerback. He can blitz. But this is where he makes his claim to fame right here. He know how to read off keys off the wide receiver and the tight end. He's whoa, what a hit! And like I say, he's an elite hitter right here. Whoa, this guy is Palomalo, reborn right here. He's not Ed Reed because he's not. I wouldn't say Ed Reed because he's not the athlete Ed Reed was. But Palomalo's a Hall of Famer, and I don't put that kind of namesake on a guy. But when I see this guy reminds me of Palomalo, man. He just reads plays, and he's at the right spot at the right time, and he gets the other guys in the right spot at the right time. It won't be. I'll put it this way. I think Chicken would agree with me. There won't be no more blown assignments in the back end for the Cowboys defense with this guy back there. There won't be no guys just running free like we saw all last season with open deep plays and trick plays. We saw with the Chicago Bears where they were running trick plays wide open down the field. That won't happen underneath this guy. He's ready to select it and get guys in the proper defense and pre-snap before the ball's even snapped. Update: the Portland Trail Blazers have won. It's going back to 1-1 to the most hostile arena in the NBA, the Motor Center. The Motor Center. Good luck, San Antonio, especially if you ain't got Wemby with you. Good luck. All right, well, that's a read-up and a comment on Caleb Downs. If you don't mind, can we go to Sonny Styles? This is another guy that's been, if you can get him, it's another guy who the Cowboys have been linked to in a trade-up. As everybody been talking to a guy that the Cowboys really, really like. Really love. He won't be there at 12. The only way this guy's there is they're gonna most definitely have to pack it up, both them picks, to trade up. And that's the big question. Would Jared trade up? This is if it is, this is the guy the Cowboys really, really want. We've heard rumors that this is the guy the Cowboys really want, Sonny Styles. If you can get the film on him right quick.
Well, asking you shall receive. 1 second.
All right. Here he is, Sonny Styles. A guy right there. The only reason why he's not the top player at Ohio State is because Averill Reese is there. But Averill Reese is the number 3 guy on Mel Kiper's board. He's number 4. Linebacker at Ohio State, 6'5", 244. Big, tall linebacker. His stats over last season: 77 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 9 run stops, 3 pass breakups, 1 INT.
Didn't he start as a safety though?
He started off as a safety. and then went to linebacker. So he's athletic. He's a freak athlete. 1 forced fumble, 1 sack. You can tell Styles is a former safety. He has outstanding 4.4 speed. And his burst allows him to spy the quarterback. His explosion pops at the combine with a 43.5-inch vertical. Jesus, a vertical jump, and a 11'2" broad jump. Jesus, he's an athlete. Styles is also a dependable tackler and closes in a flash. He really took the next step last season, even as he adapted to a new system under defensive coordinator Matt Patricia. Well, we talked about this guy being one of the athletes. If Reese was the best athlete on the Ohio State defense, then this guy wasn't far behind. Styles wasn't far behind. Let's talk about his burst. And let me tell you something, Walt. What in the NFC is what do we have to deal with a lot as far as quarterbacks? Every last one of the quarterbacks, whether it's the Giants, whether it's the Commanders or the Eagles, they got quarterbacks who can run. And what killed us? Quarterbacks who can run. And this guy's a guy who can spy on quarterbacks, and wherever openings you saw right there, look at the ball handler still. You won't get that this season because he will be on the quarterbacks behind if a quarterback tries to lean. He can play in space, can cover, can play the run. He's got great instincts. Like you say, he was a former safety. So the hands are there. And this guy just one tremendous athlete. And if the only way I see the Cowboys getting a guy like this, have to trade up for him. But like I said, he can rush the passer if need be. You see, look at that. I mean, look at the skills right there. Just diagnose that play in a hurry. You're not getting nothing. Can play tight ends. It's actually a mismatch for him against any tight end. Running backs out in space can get to them. He's just a big time ball player, Walt. Like I say, you see the cover skills right there. And when you're dealing with the offenses that you're going to have to deal with in the NFL, you got to have look at the chase down off the mobile quarterback. You got to deal with stuff like this. And what's good if you have a guy like this? This is a guy I know for a fact, Walt. This is the guy the Cowboys really want. This is the guy number 1 on their draft board. Well, I've been hearing from guys, he's number 1 on their draft board, and say if we get a guy like this, he changes our defense completely. This is a Pro Bowler, a future Pro Bowler, maybe a future best player at his position. He can go around to being the face of your defense. Hell, he may be the face of your team. That's how good he is. But this guy just elite. He's elite. 4.4 speed. That kind of athleticism, the broad jump. 11.2 broad jump, 43.5-inch vertical. He's an athlete, Walt, and he can make plays and he got instincts. If the Cowboys were lucky enough to get a guy, look at this. Look at that blitz pickup right there. Bam! Right up the gut. No chance. If the Cowboys were lucky to get a guy like this, Walt, I'm gonna say something.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say something right now.
Uh-oh.
The Cowboys have had great linebackers in their day. They had very good linebackers.
Sounds like you about to put down the great Larry Allen.
No, great linebackers. Great linebackers. This guy may be the best linebacker the Cowboys ever have. And I'm talking about. I know they had the Wolf Hunter. They had Sean Lee, and they're really cute.
Oh, don't talk about Snake Lee. He didn't even play that much.
Yeah, but this guy will put them to shame. Playing in the middle, playing off the edge. He can play all 3 positions. He can play Will. He can play Mike. He can play weak side, strong side, whatever side you need him to play on. He can pretty much get it done. I know for a fact this is the number 1 guy on the Cowboys board that they will want. They will want, and I will love it. If the Cowboys were to make this deal with the Cleveland Browns and do this with the Cleveland Browns and pick up this guy, I would never say a bad thing else about Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, at least for not this season. However it goes, because I know they got a future star right here. If that would have happened.
So before we get out of here, at number 12, who did the Dallas Cowboys take?
At number 12, who the Cowboys take? They probably take Dylan Thiemann, safety out of Oregon. He's the number 2 safety underneath Caleb Downs.
Caught 10 balls.
He's white. Quick read up on him. Quick read up on him.
I like how you keep throwing it out here. Winter is here.
quick read up on him right quick. For anybody want to know, Dylan Thiemann, 6 foot, 201 pounds. His stats over last season: 86 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss, 2 INTs, 1 sack, 3 run stops. After 2 seasons at Purdue, while he played football at Purdue, including a 6 INT campaign in 2023, Thiemann transferred to Oregon and made an immediate impact. He moves all over the defense, line up as a deep safety, in the box, split wide, over the slot. Thiemann reads the quarterback well and can close in a hurry. Though he needs to clean up his tackling, he is a savvy player, and he can be a force.
You lost me. It needs to clean up tackles. I'm done.
Against the road too. So he's
and the other issue that you were talking about too.
Listen. This is what I heard about Thiemann. He's not that strong. The strength is not there.
All the wrong things to get a guy drafted.
No, I'm just saying the strength is not there. That's one reason why the tackling is not clean. But he is a good cover. Now he's not as good as Caleb, but he can dissect stuff in the passing game. His instincts are good. They are legit. So he can get guys lined up. You see the play. He can play either strong safety or free safety. But you might want to have him in the free safety, not in the strong safety. He can play the ball, can ball hot, but like I said, his instincts as a safety is pretty damn good. He can get guys lined up, and he will never be out of position. It's just the strength as far as he's going to get stronger. As far as man-to-man tackling, if he can do that, maybe get in the weight room, get about 5 or 10 pounds of muscle, I think he'll be all right. But that's probably when I'm thinking the Cowboys. If everything breaks wrong and there's nothing else there, that's probably the Cowboys to take. So they have it. There you go. There you go.
So you're saying with the 12th pick, this is the guy the Cowboys take?
If everything breaks, well, I think it's gonna break. This will be your new safety, Dylan Thiemann. He's from Purdue, he's from Oregon, and he's white.
I think they take Sonny Styles.
They got to trade up to do that. They got to trade up. They got to make a deal. They got to make a deal because he won't be there. Trust me, he will not be there. Hell, I don't know if he go past 5. I've been hearing the Giants really like him, but the Giants need a lot of stuff. They've been thinking about getting receivers, because they thinking about how they're thinking about offense. But if he's able to slip past 5, the Cowboys should be on the phone with Cleveland, saying, "Hey, take these 2 picks."
Hey, listen. Either you want to give us Myles Garrett, and we can get out of here.
Why keep saying that?
Yeah, that, or you want to give us these 2? That's not. You can give you these 2 picks and let us go on up to 6.
Listen, the only way you get Myles Garrett, you got to give him one of them 2 picks. You got to give him next year's pick, the year after that pick, and the year after that pick.
Hey, listen, for Myles Garrett, I'll do it.
That's a 2-time defensive MVP. You got to give up more than just 2 Mickey Mouse first-round picks, boy. You got to give him a whole lot. A whole lot.
We'll just give you all our picks this draft. If you can get us Myles Garrett, that's fine.
That may be the only way. We'll give you all 8 our picks. We just have one. Hey, we drafted Myles Garrett. That's our pick right there. We drafted Myles Garrett. We done.
Yep. All right, man. So we gave you our rundown. So Thursday night is it.
Thursday night tonight. Cowboys will be picking at. We know the Cowboys will be scheduled to be picking at 12 and 20. We don't know if they're gonna be moving up, down, or they're gonna stay there and pack. But they do have.
Come on, Cowboys, just trade out of here. Get to day 2. Don't even stick around for this, Cowboys. Let the Cleveland Browns have both picks and give us Myles Garrett, and let's just get on up out of here. Save our trophies for another day. We can start picking in the 3rd round.
You might pick in the 7th. You want to make that deal happen. All right. Quick update. Houston Rockets and the Lakers have started. The Houston Rockets are up 14-12. Kevin Durant is playing in this game. That's good news for the Rockets. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are still out. But 14-12 update on the game if anybody wasn't watching. All right, Walt. Thursday tonight.
So we'll be back Thursday night. Hopefully the Cowboys do this thing right. But until then, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars. Always do what's best for business. If we don't see you around it, we'll see you around live this Thursday night.
Dylan Thielman. Dylan Thielman, welcome to the DF Dub. Hey, Cowboys, Mavs, Rangers, Stars, and Wings fans. It's me, Kendrick, here. I know the season may not or may be going exactly how you want it or not. But hey, like and subscribe to all those BFB DFW content. You see me. Forget about the other guys, because I'm the real star here. But hey, if you want to see Walt, Shams, and Vosh, that's okay. It's okay. But remember, it's all about me. So still, like and subscribe for, me and the other guy. Okay, bye.